The Dating Show, brought to you by olderdatingonline.com.
Well, today we're going to be talking about dating and vegetarianism, which is a bit of a tricky topic. I've got two co-presenters in the studio. Hello, Morgan.
Hi.
And we've also got... or Iona.
Sing it.
No.
Iona.
Iona.
Okay, now Iona's done some research on this, but let's go to Morgan first.
Yes.
Because you are a vegetarian. Just tell everyone why you decided to give up meat.
I never liked meat, but I was... Meats? Okay, let's not start.
Sorry, meats?
Meat.
You don't... Yeah, you're French. What part of France are you from?
Paris.
Paris, okay. So
You've been
meat.
to Paris, haven't you, Rod?
Yeah, once, twice, 3 times a lady. Anyway, right, Morgan, so why did you give up meat? You just didn't like it?
No, I didn't like it. I was born in a very meat eater family, and I really disliked meat.
Meat?
But when I turned 18, I moved out, and I finally made the decision that I was going to stop eating meat.
Okay, thanks, Morgan. Thanks, that's brilliant.
So you weren't born a meat eater?
Yes, I was.
She was born a meat eater.
Right, okay.
And meat eater, yeah.
Okay, right, now let's just
Right.
bring in... Okay, so Iona, you've done some research on this, dating. So there are 3.5 million vegetarians across the UK. So there are a lot. So what's the sort of pros and cons of dating when it comes to...
Well, the pros. So let's start with this. Apparently it's a cheaper dinner date if you date a vegetarian, because vegetarian dishes are less expensive than a big steak, for example.
Okay.
A pepper is cheaper than a steak, arguably. Research has shown. What?
Right, okay, so
Yeah.
I'm just making a few notes here because I'm going to join at olderdatingonline.com and
Are you?
make sure I go for the vegetarians because it's cheaper.
Also, another pro, but this is okay, is taking an interest in food. So it's a good thing to take interest in what your partner likes to eat. But you'd probably expect that if you were going out to dinner with someone anyway, that you have an interest in food, and that you'd want to know what they were eating.
Okay.
Then we have obviously the issue of why that person is a veggie, which is also potentially interesting. Is it the fact that their parents brought them up to be one and they had no choice in the matter?
So that's a good conversational point when you're out,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's a good starting point for a bit of a chat.
Like, yeah, was it your parents to blame or not blame? Is it your parents'
I need
choice?
a new co-presenter here.
No!
She's all over the shop.
I know the answers today, come on.
Right, okay.
Or have you converted because of your beliefs, which is fine, and religious beliefs?
Can I just go back to Morgan just for a second? So, Morgan, do you feel healthier now you've given up meat and you're a vegetarian?
Well, being a vegetarian doesn't mean you just eat very healthy.
Right.
Because it includes fried food and fast food.
Okay.
So no, I don't feel healthier. I know that I'm gonna be less likely to have diabetes and heart problems because red meats bring those diseases.
So we've looked at some of the pros of being a vegetarian.
Yeah.
What about some of the cons?
Well, this could be seen as a pro or a con, depending on your preference, but no sharing of meals, which I think is very sad because there's no bonding over sort of, how do you like your steak? Raw or well done? What? You don't have that, do you? You have...
Lady and the Tramp. Do you remember the
That's
spaghetti
it.
sketch where they...
Yeah, don't try and reenact that one. Anyway, so there's no sharing of mealtime bonding or meals, which could be good if you're a selfish eater, if you're quite...
I have been out with you for a meal, haven't I? And you are possibly the most gluttonous...
I knew you were going to say that.
Greedy person around a food... I'd finished my meal and you were getting bits off my plate.
What?
And sort of, finishing my drink. And...
That is outrageous.
Anyway, carry on.
Accusations. Okay, anyway, so no sharing of meals. Right. So the restaurant choices can get slightly restricted or become dull, people say, because obviously people fall into habits when you have a partner who has a different diet to you. So you're probably used to going to the same places because they're safe options. You know that there's going to be a good vegetarian option there. Maybe there's an argument for restaurants not having enough vegetarian options for people. Quite possibly. It is... let's talk about vegans for a second, shall we? So 56% of veggies and vegans would be put off dating a meat eater because the vegans say they compare kissing a meat eater to a non-smoker kissing a smoker.
Wow.
What about that?
Yeah, that's quite a high percentage, isn't it? 56%. So that's
worrying.
It is concerning. Now let's just ask you two questions. So we've got a vegetarian here. Would you date a meat eater, Morgan?
Well, I did.
So it didn't go too well then.
No, obviously. But it's not because of his food preference. I think when the 56% of vegan and veggies say this, I think it's because, after a meal, if you had a big fat burger and then you're gonna kiss, it tastes like your breath smells like beef.
Like smokers.
Yeah, it's really put off. I can imagine that.
So you are sort of backing up those stats, aren't you?
Yes.
Really? So yeah, okay.
When I used to date a meat eater,
Can't shut her up now.
I used to cook him like meat. I didn't mind.
So you touched it.
I did touch it.
Okay, and if we can go, can we go back to?
meat.
Can we just go back to or Iona? So you're a big meat eater.
Yes.
And would you date somebody who doesn't eat meat?
I did once, yeah. Didn't go well. But they were a very good cook, which made up for it.
Okay. All right, good stuff. I actually had to cook for a couple of vegetarians recently, and on both of them, they wouldn't eat tomatoes.
Yeah, that's strange.
Weird, isn't it?
Well, that's a fruit.
I know it's a fruit and not a vegetable.
But they still won't eat it.
Yeah, they wouldn't, which I thought was a bit crazy.
Strange.
Anyway, very interesting. Thank you both for joining
Justin.
us on the dating show. And Iona, and also Morgan.
The Dating Show, brought to you by olderdatingonline.com.